Here's a review of a watch from one of my favorite brands for sure. This is the Archimede Automatic Pilot Chronograph. And this is really kind of like their flagship model. I think it was initially introduced in 2005 and 2006, and it won some awards in the German press for being one of the best values under $1,000. When it was released, the watch actually went for around $900. Nowadays, brand new, I think Archimedes will charge you about $1,400 or $1,500 for this watch. And I think even at that price, it is money very well spent. For a chronograph movement, an automatic Swiss movement in such a nice case with such a cool overall vibe. I think this one really takes the cake, and it's one that I really enjoy wearing and one that I've actually wanted for a long time. The case is 42 millimeters, so it's like a nice large size, and you can see that it's a thick case also. It has the kind of Archimede onion crown. It has a couple of really nice pump pushers here to activate the chronograph functions. This is your standard kind of Valjoux 7750 automatic chronograph movement, and you can see that you have the elapsed time at 12 and 6 o'clock, and you have a constantly running seconds hand here at 9 o'clock. One interesting thing about the layout of this particular watch is that you can see that it has a quick set date function, but instead of the classic location at 3 o'clock, it's actually within the subdial at 6 o'clock. And I think that it's these small little features that set this watch apart. It gives the watch a very cool, very clean look, and I really like that a lot. The movement is visible through a see-through case back. The front crystal is sapphire. The back crystal, I think, is acrylic. You can see that the finishing on this movement is minimal, and so this is not the highest grade of the Valjoux movement, but it's functional nonetheless. All of these 7750s, every single one of them have a classic kind of wobble. And as I shake the watch here, you can kind of hear that rotor wobbling, and that's very typical of this particular movement. And it's actually used by a lot of companies. IWC uses the 7750 in a lot of their very high-end watches. They will, of course, charge you 4 or 5 times the price of this one. And this one actually resembles very much the IWC 3717 Pilot Chronograph. The movement is the same. Obviously, IWC does a lot more finishing, but the overall aesthetic is just about the same between both watches. Panerai also uses the 7750 Valjoux movement in some of their watches, but in every single company, in every single iteration, regardless of how much finishing is performed on the movement, they will all have that characteristic wobble. Regardless, I really like this watch. It's 20 millimeters between the lugs, and so there's lots of options for aftermarket straps to give it just really that look that you like. It wears very comfortably on the wrist, and it kind of gets a lot of sort of jealous stares whenever I wear it. It's really one that I would highly recommend. And for those of you who have seen my review of the Archimede Pilot Automatic watch, you know that I really like this company. I think the watches they make are excellent value. On the secondary market, the watch is a little bit uncommon to find because, number one, there's not very many Archimede watches out there. Number two, this one in particular, you just don't find it used very much. I think you should expect to pay around $1,000, maybe $1,100 for this one on the secondary market if you can find it. I think even at a brand new price at around $1,400 or $1,500, it's a really good deal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. I really like this watch, and I really think you should consider it. Thank you.